Have you ever wondered why some people manage to keep their kitchen spotless without spending hours cleaning and organizing? The answer lies in the ancient techniques that have completely transformed the way we deal with our domestic spaces. Today, I'm going to share with you 8 powerful methods that will revolutionize your kitchen forever. If you're one of those people who feels overwhelmed every time you look at a messy kitchen, this video will be a game changer in your life. Imagine waking up every day to find your kitchen organized, functional, and cozy, without having to waste unnecessary energy on heavy cleaning or constant reorganization. These techniques aren't just about organization. They represent a philosophy of life that prioritizes simplicity, functionality, and peace of mind. By the end of this video, you'll have practical tools in your hands that will transform not only your kitchen, but your relationship with your home space as a whole. What you're about to discover goes beyond common organizational tips. These are time-tested strategies that create harmony and efficiency naturally. If you don't apply these techniques, you'll continue to waste precious time on tasks that could be much simpler and more enjoyable. Tip 1. The one-space principle. The first revolutionary technique is to designate a specific place for each item in your kitchen. It sounds simple, but most people make the mistake of letting items wander around in different places, creating chaos and wasting time. The problem this technique solves is the constant waste of time searching for utensils and ingredients. How many times have you opened 3 different drawers looking for a wooden spoon, or spent 5 minutes trying to find that spice you used yesterday? This mental chaos drains your energy before you even start cooking. To apply this technique in practice, start by mapping out your entire kitchen. Grab a pen and paper and draw every drawer, cabinet, and shelf. Then define logical categories. Cutting utensils always go in the same drawer, spices have their own space, pots and pans occupy the cabinet closest to the stove. For example, if you decide that knives go in the first drawer to the right of the sink, they will always go back there after use. The key is consistency. Every time you use an item, it should be returned exactly to its designated place. This may seem rigid at first, but within a few days, it will become second nature. Teach everyone in the family about this organization and keep labels discreet for the first few months to make it easier for them to adjust. The direct benefits of this action are immediate and transformative. You will save at least 15 minutes a day that you would spend searching for things. Your mind will be calmer because you will know exactly where to find each item. The stress of cooking will decrease dramatically when you have full control over your space. Plus, you will never buy duplicate items again because you forgot you already had them at home. Tip 2. The art of the empty surface. The second technique involves keeping your kitchen countertops completely free of items you use every day. This practice visually and energetically transforms the entire space. The problem it solves is the constant feeling of clutter and visual overload. Countertops full of objects create an impression of chaos even when everything is clean. Your brain processes each item as a pending task, generating subconscious anxiety every time you enter the kitchen. To put this into practice, first remove absolutely everything from your countertops. Then, identify only the 3 items that you actually use every day. This could be your coffee maker, a container of basic utensils, and maybe your microwave. Everything else should have a home in your cabinets or drawers. For example, if you only use your blender on the weekends, it doesn't deserve permanent counter space. Make a habit of cleaning your countertops every night before bed. It only takes 2 minutes, but the impact the next morning is extraordinary. Small appliances that are used occasionally can be stored in cabinets that are easy to access, but out of sight. The benefits of this technique are astounding. Your kitchen will instantly look bigger and more luxurious. Daily cleaning becomes faster because you have fewer obstacles to clean surfaces. Your mind feels more organized when your physical space is organized. You become more aware of your spending habits and only buy what you really need. Tip 3. The intelligent containment system. The third technique is to use uniform, transparent containers to store food and organize drawers. This creates visual harmony and maximum functionality in any space. This technique solves the problem of messy cabinets and drawers, where you waste time searching for items and waste food that you forget about at the back of the shelves. Different packaging creates a chaotic look and makes it difficult to make efficient use of the available space. In practice, invest in sets of transparent containers of different sizes. Transfer cereals, grains, flours, and other dry goods into these containers, always labeling them with the name and expiration date. For drawers, use small organizers or boxes to separate different types of utensils. For example, one box for measuring cups, another for openers, and a third for silicone utensils. The secret is uniformity. When all containers follow the same color and shape, they create a sense of order and sophistication. Always choose transparent food containers, as this makes it easier to quickly identify the contents and stock levels. Direct benefits include significantly reduced food waste because you can clearly see what you have available. Meal prep time is reduced because everything is easily located. Your kitchen looks professional and you become more aware of your eating habits. It also makes it easier to stay organized because each item has a clearly defined place. Now, before we continue with the next tip, if you are enjoying these transformative techniques, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any content about organization and home well-being. And tell me here in the comments where you are watching from. I love to know where you are around the world. Let's continue with the next techniques that will revolutionize your kitchen. Tip 4. The less is more rule. The fourth technique is to only own the utensils and appliances that you actually use frequently. This approach eliminates excess and maximizes the functionality of your space. The problem this technique solves is the unnecessary accumulation of objects that take up valuable space and create mental clutter. Many people keep utensils that they only used once, appliances that were given as gifts, or items that they bought on impulse. This excess makes the kitchen less efficient and more difficult to keep organized. To put this into practice, do a full audit of all your kitchen tools. Take each item and ask yourself, have I used this in the last 6 months? Does this item solve a real problem that I face on a regular basis? For example, if you have 3 spatulas but only use one, keep only the best one and donate the others. If you have a sandwich maker that you've used twice in the last year, it's time to get rid of it. Apply the one in, one out rule. Whenever you buy a new tool, get rid of another similar one that you use less often. Keep only one version of each type of tool, always choosing the best quality. Opt for multifunctional tools that can perform several different tasks. The benefits of this approach are transformative for your daily routine. You gain much more storage space without having to buy additional furniture. Cleaning and maintenance become much easier because you have fewer items to take care of. Your mind becomes clearer because you don't have to make decisions between multiple similar options. You save money by not buying unnecessary items and can invest in better quality pieces that you actually use. Tip 5. The natural workflow. The fifth technique is to organize your kitchen according to the natural flow of cooking activities. This means positioning items according to the logical sequence of food preparation. This technique solves the problem of inefficiency during cooking, when you have to move around the kitchen unnecessarily to get utensils and ingredients. Many people organize by category without thinking about the workflow, creating unnecessary movements that lead to fatigue and frustration. To implement this organization, imagine yourself preparing a complete meal and observe your natural movements. Start with the refrigerator where you get the ingredients, then the sink for washing, the counter for cutting, the stove for cooking, and finally the dishes for serving. Organize your utensils following this logical sequence. For example, knives and cutting boards are located near the sink and the main counter. Seasonings and oils are located within easy reach of the stove. Serving plates and bowls are located between the stove and the dining table. Cleaning supplies are located near the sink. but heavy-duty cleaning products are stored in a low cabinet away from food. Create specific workstations. A prep station with knives, cutting boards, and bowls. A cooking station with pots, pans, and seasonings. A cleaning station with cleaning supplies, sponges, and cloths. Each station should have everything you need for that specific activity. Benefits include significantly reduced meal preparation time because you don't waste time searching for or retrieving items from distant locations. Your physical energy is conserved because you move more efficiently. The enjoyment of cooking increases when the process flows naturally. You develop greater culinary skill because you focus on technique rather than worrying about logistics. Tip 6. The philosophy of the daily reset. The sixth technique involves establishing a 15-minute routine every night to return your kitchen to its ideal state. This simple habit keeps things organized without any extra effort. The problem it solves is the gradual accumulation of clutter that turns an organized kitchen into a chaotic space within days. Without consistent maintenance, even the best organization system quickly deteriorates, causing you to lose all the functionality you've gained. In practice, set a fixed time every day, preferably after dinner, to do a complete reset of the kitchen. Start by putting away all items that are out of place. Wash and dry all utensils used. Clean the countertops and stove. Organize the dish towels and check if the trash can needs emptying. Make a mental or physical list of reset tasks. Put away misplaced items, wash dishes, clean surfaces, organize rags, check the trash can, prepare the coffee for the next day. With practice, these actions will become automatic and you can do them all in 15 minutes or less. Make this moment enjoyable by playing some lively music or an interesting podcast. Involve the family in this routine, dividing the tasks among everyone. Turn the reset into a relaxing ritual that marks the transition between the active day and the moment of rest. The benefits of this practice are extraordinary for your quality of life. You wake up every day to a spotless kitchen, creating a sense of control and well-being from the very first moment. The stress associated with household chores decreases dramatically because you never have to deal with a buildup of clutter. Your productivity increases because you don't waste time searching for items or cleaning before you start cooking. Maintenance becomes so second nature that you don't even notice the effort involved. Tip 7. The principle of selective visibility. The seventh technique is to keep visible only those items that add beauty or practical function to the environment, hiding everything else in organized places but out of sight. This technique solves the problem of visual clutter that causes anxiety and a feeling of disorganization, even when everything is technically in its place. Many people believe that organization only means tidying up, but the real transformation happens when you consciously control what is on display. To apply this technique, take a critical look at everything visible in your kitchen. Ask yourself for each item, is it pretty enough to be displayed? Do I use it often enough to justify the visual space? For example, a beautiful fruit bowl with fresh fruit can be displayed, but stacks of plastic containers should be stored away, even if they are organized. Invest in some pretty items that can be displayed. A good quality set of knives on a magnetic stand, aromatic plants in elegant pots, a beautiful wooden cutting board leaning against the wall. These functional yet aesthetically pleasing items add personality without creating visual clutter. Create closed storage systems for functional but unattractive items. Use baskets, storage bins, or drawer dividers to keep these items accessible but out of sight. Make it a habit to put away any items that aren't visually appealing immediately after use. Benefits include a dramatic transformation in the way you feel when you walk into your kitchen. The space instantly feels more luxurious and sophisticated. Your mind feels calmer because it doesn't have to process too much visual information. You develop a better sense of aesthetics and start making more conscious choices about the items you keep in your home. Cleaning becomes easier because you have fewer items on display to constantly clean and organize. Tip 8. conscious preventive maintenance. The eighth and final technique is to develop constant awareness of your space usage habits, making small, immediate adjustments that prevent the accumulation of clutter. The problem this technique solves is the natural tendency to relax organizational care over time, allowing small oversights to turn into big messes that require complete reorganization. In practice, develop the habit of micro-organizing during your normal activities. While you wait for the water to boil, put away the utensils you used to prepare the ingredients. While the food is cooking, clean the counter and organize the seasonings. When you finish using an item, put it back in its correct place immediately instead of leaving it for later. Create mental triggers that automatically activate these behaviors. For example, every time you open the refrigerator, take the opportunity to check for anything out of place on the shelves. Every time you use the sink, quickly check for items piled up on the counter next to it. When you grab something from a drawer, notice if other items are disorganized and make a quick adjustment. Before I move on to the next tip, I want to tell you about something special I prepared for those who want to go beyond this video. It's a complete guide with organization secrets that completely transformed my home and can transform yours too. The link is in the pinned comment, and for a limited time, I'm offering a special discount for channel subscribers. Now let's continue with the next tips, which are some of my favorites. Practice the 2-minute rule. If something can be done in less than 2 minutes, do it right away instead of putting it off. This includes putting away a utensil, cleaning up a small mess, or reorganizing a messy closet. These small, consistent gestures keep things organized without requiring long cleaning sessions. The benefits of this constant awareness are profound and long-lasting. You'll never again face that overwhelming feeling of having to reorganize everything from scratch. Your kitchen will consistently be kept to the ideal standard you've established. You'll develop greater mindfulness in your daily activities, which will improve your overall quality of life. The total time you spend organizing will decrease dramatically because you'll prevent problems from occurring instead of fixing them later. These 8 ancient techniques have the power to completely revolutionize your relationship with the kitchen and consequently with your entire home. They represent much more than simple organization tips. They are life principles that promote simplicity, efficiency, and peace of mind. Remember, true transformation happens when you implement these techniques consistently, one at a time. Start with the technique that makes the most sense for your current situation and practice it until it becomes second nature. Then gradually add the others, always respecting your pace and specific needs. The most important thing is to understand that an organized kitchen is not a luxury. It is a necessity for a more peaceful and productive life. When you have control over your environment, you gain control over your mental and emotional energy. This translates into a better mood, more willingness to cook healthy meals, and greater pleasure in household chores. Don't wait until tomorrow or next week to implement these changes. Pick a technique right now and start today. Your future self will thank you immensely for this decision. And remember, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do so now and turn on notifications so you don't miss any content that can transform your home life. Now tell me in the comments, which of these techniques will you implement first in your kitchen? I'm curious to know which one made the most sense for your current reality.